Hey there, so part 2 of MacGregor's Theory X and Y. Obvious question, why would you ever use Theory X? So negative, so yucky. Aren't we supposed to be positive all the time? Yes, sure. But people will show you how they need to be led and managed. Notice I didn't say how they want to be led and managed, because sometimes these two things are very different. Now, understand what I'm saying. We need to be living within that Theory Y territory as much as possible, in that positive, aspirational space where we're working with our people to build trust and transparency and goodwill with our teams, all of that. But there will be times when venturing into Theory X territory, that idea of managing in order to motivate and produce results is very useful. And here are a few examples. An obvious one is the military, when those who are in command are normally in Theory Y territory of motivating their people and leading them in a positive way, but maybe there's some time critical, even life and death decisions where it's like, hey, this can't be collaborative, it might not necessarily be popular, but it's something we have to do. We need to charge up this hill and there's no time to discuss it, so just do it. In the business world, what we see is, individual companies who may be having times of crisis, or maybe some global economics that are putting a strain on everyone, or COVID was a great example of crazy things. If you've done the work to build up enough trust and transparency and credibility with Theory Y, your people may actually want and need you to manage, to make big decisions, to take decisive actions that actually relieve them of some burden. Here's a very specific example of something that I saw a couple of years back. A company that was implementing a new business strategy was running into a lot of resistance from one particular department that was full of long-tenured employees. They were not on board with the changes. Company leadership understood this. They laid out a long time horizon. They implemented change in stages. They had positive weekly meetings where they shared updates and heard feedback. They showed the data as to why all these changes made sense in their market segment. They showed how it would be vastly beneficial both to the bottom line of the company and the individual employees. I mean, they really took people on the journey with them. And yet, it still wasn't going well. So, when they dug into this a bit further, they discovered that a couple of employees had really built ways of working within the old system that were disproportionately beneficial to them and would not work within the new strategy. So they had no interest in the new strategy, and not only were they not on board with it, they were actively sabotaging it. So now, that is an example of when hardcore Theory X comes into play. When you can no longer be the positive, motivational manager who believes the best about people. That is a time when leaning too much into Theory Y territory will allow a toxic cancer to grow in your company. So, be agile, get comfortable with the flexible nature of these motivational theories, understand that sometimes people will struggle with things that they can't be motivated out of with positivity, and get comfortable with the ambiguity and the shades of gray. So I hope these examples have been helpful, and thank you for watching.